Well, after a short-lived breakup, then make-up, the coalition officially back together. The Liberals and the Nats joining forces once again after striking a deal on the Nationals' 4 key policies. The reunited coalition also returns with a new-look shadow ministry. However, the fresh front bench is not without its shock selections and snubs, with key figures demoted as the party looks to the future. For their take, let's bring in Sunshine Coast Mayor Rosanna Natoli and WA Opposition Leader Basil Zempilas. Good morning to both of you.
Morning.
So Jane Hume, Barnaby Joyce, Michael McCormack, all dumped from the front bench. Jacinta Price demoted to the outer ministry. Baz, you know what this is like. You're in amongst the rough and tumble of politics, the coalition back. Far from a happy family, though.
Well, new leader and new look, and it is her prerogative absolutely to put in the team around her that she thinks is best placed to help sell the messages that are going to be important for the Liberal Party and now the coalition around Australia. There are always winners and losers. You can't fit unless the team is really small, you can't fit everybody into these key spots. And obviously people will conclude that those who have supported previously have been rewarded, and those who have perhaps been on another camp or in another camp have maybe they haven't been given the roles that they might have hoped for. Nonetheless, it's a fresh team, a good team, and Susan Lee's leadership is off to a very good start, I think. She's doing remarkably well, despite the chaos that the Nats have sort of forced on her.
I know, what a couple of weeks. Some of the enemies, though, like Angus Taylor, who ran against her, he's got a senior portfolio. It's hard to keep up, isn't it? Rosanna, what do you think of the new team?
Well, you know, I called it a week ago that it wouldn't be long, and it hasn't been. It is the band back together again, doing the reunion tour. We knew that they would need to get back together if either of them ever wanted to be in government again and to be a really solid opposition. So at least that has happened. Now we're going to see the reunion tour, whether we wanted it or not. So I guess what we will see now is how that all unfolds and how they actually perform on the floor in Parliament. That's really what we'll be looking at really closely from here.
Yeah, it doesn't serve anyone well not having a strong opposition. I don't think anyone would argue that. Moving on, plane passengers disembarking in Turkey might want to keep their seatbelts done up low and tight until they are told otherwise. The country's aviation authority now fining impatient travellers who stand up too early when the plane lands and proceed into the aisle before it is your row's turn to exit. Rosanna, what kind of passenger are you? You stand up in the aisle or you sit and wait until it's your aisle's turn to go?
I am one of those people who sit and wait, mostly because I'm still packing away my headphones, my book, my pen, whatever, the laptop. I'm there taking a bit of a dawdle. The people on the other side of me are probably trying to scramble over me. But I think really when we have to start fining people for common courtesy and common sense, that is pretty sad. Don't get out of your seat while the plane is still moving, I think is a basic. And, you know, if courtesy and common sense have missed the connecting flight, we're all in trouble.
Yeah, I think fining people for standing up before the lights even turned off is one thing. That's a safety issue. But Basil, Shervo is like Rosanna. He's, you know, he sits and he waits. Some of us just want to stretch our legs.
Well, we're tall than that, of course. So you're a long flight, you want to get up. Yeah. It is a pet hate of mine. Those people who do get the seatbelt off before the seatbelt sign has come off. I mean, that is really annoying. I mean, it can't be that hard to follow, can it? I do think, though, there should be an orderly flow out. So first rows first and then everyone behind them. And then the really big trap, I used to fly a lot, the big trap, those people that have got the very heavy bags, almost their whole suitcase up the top, can hardly get it down. And for tall people, you're not that far away from being collected when those bags come down. You've got to be very careful.
But you would offer to carry everyone's down, wouldn't you?
Of course.
It's like, oh, that's the guy off the TV. Yeah, we'll get him to carry it. You'd offer, I can imagine. Thank you very much. We'll see you next week.